Welcome to the Trailhead, where trails start and stories unfold.
One, two, three.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Now here's JD.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Trailhead. All right, Ryan's still trying to get his audio together. He's now screaming into the blackness. Hopefully, at some point, we'll get it together. Yeah, Ryan, did you try leaving and coming back? I don't know if you did that or not. But if you try, you might try exiting the room and then coming back in. We'll still be here, I guarantee it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. All right, welcome back. Hey, Pope, Randy, how you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. How are you doing tonight?
I am awesome. We were talking before I got on, and I have my Jeep back. I have my differential service done, and tomorrow we are going to go out on a trail here. I'm not a big snow wheeler. I know some people really love it. I know I'm going to break something in it. So there's a couple of trails down here that are kind of mildish this time of year near Lake George, Colorado, and they don't get real deep in the snow. And Cedar Mountain's one of those, and it goes through burn area, so it gets a lot of sun. So it's probably going to be muddy, and it's probably going to be gross, and I'm probably going to be cleaning shit out of the Jeep for another week and a half. But
Who
get some
cares?
new
You have a
pictures of
Jeep to clean.
Yeah, I'll get some pictures and some new video of all that new gear, and yeah, that's the Steer Smarts. Excuse me, the Steer Smarts stuff is awesome.
I think this might be like the Steer Smarts podcast, even though we're not officially sponsored by him.
No, we're not.
Randy's got Steer Smarts on her rig. I've got Steer Smarts on my rig. And then this other podcast that's starting up, they're all about RPM, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just funny. I was just laughing at them last time.
We got another podcast. We got more competition.
Yeah, Beatrice JKU is starting up a podcast.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
that's fun.
Yep,
it's all right. There's enough. There's plenty of room for everybody.
Oh yeah.
there's not that many off-roading podcasts, so we're all here at the pioneer stage.
Well, yeah. Here's the funny part. Like there are. I feel like there are like. Maybe there's. I mean, 3 or 4 comparatively to some of the other hobby like stuff, like the hobby notification ones I've seen. Those. Yeah. I mean, I can probably count 10 that I found in kind of doing research and looking around a little bit. But most of those, most of the ones I found are West Coast, California, very much, just kind of very gearheady, and which is not his problem. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just not a gearhead, and I can't relate to it. So I listened for a while, and then I end up kind of fading out. And that's what happened. I was actually driving to and from the office today, and I was just like, I just don't want to listen to any more of it today. I'm just going to do some music, and we'll do that. So,
that's funny.
I got my Jeep back. I'm very excited.
Hey, how you feel about the Rubistina joining us again?
Yeah. Is he doing this like from a car again? Is he gonna try to be doing this like?
I don't know where he is, but he'd love to join.
Does he know where he is?
I don't know if he even knows where he is. Last weekend he sure didn't.
All right. Well, yeah. Send him the guest one. Send him the one you use so that he can get in there.
We were in Vegas with him last week. I know where he was.
Very cool. Nice. We're headed there. I'm very excited. We're going to be there for a week. Oh, that didn't play. I didn't play. The theme song didn't play to everybody, did it? So
live from the back of the bus.
Like for real though. Yeah, we're going to be out in Vegas, and we're going to do. So we leave on Sunday. We stop in Green River, and then we'll be in Vegas on Monday. And then probably Tuesday and Wednesday, or maybe Wednesday and Thursday, I'll head out wheeling. I got a couple of mildish trails that I'm looking for. So, and Ryan, that's no joy, my friend. We can see you though.
I don't hear you now.
So what trails are you looking at doing?
The ones in Vegas, I think I'm going to stick with the Rainbow one, which is that one just southeast of Vegas. And then, I think we'll play it by ear, for the second day. I don't want to get too deep in the woods with planning. I kind of want to go back and do the one that we tried to do when I ran into my mud issue last year, without the detour that landed me in trouble. But I can't guarantee that. So we'll see. We'll see what Jen's appetite for that is. So I think she's more willing with it, because willing to do it with our Jeep as opposed to somebody else's Jeep. So
how long does the trail down in that area take when you're doing those? How long do you need?
Oh, it depends. Like Trails Off Road, one of the things that we do is we kind of give people an idea of how long it's going to take you to run the trail from end to end. And then if a trail is going to be, 6 hours, that's probably going to be a day. You can probably assume that's going to be a day, and you might try to backfill an extra 1 or 2 as a backup, which I kind of do sometimes. Or if it says it's going to be a 10-hour one, you just be like, yeah, that's going to be an all-day event. Or you can be like, all right, I'm going to a bunch of 2-hour trails and put that together. So I think the goal for like the Rainbow Loop one is like an all-day event. It's about 8 hours. So it's probably about as much as I want to do on vacation. Yeah. And then the one down south, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So
also on here it says Little Arana. How do you say that?
Little Ariana.
Little Ariana. It said JD, be in Vegas next week doing remaps.
Oh, cool. Okay, Ariana. Ariana's with Trails Off Road.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool.
So,
cool.
Just so you know.
All right. Well, we might have to meet up. I don't think Ariana's met Jen and vice versa. So.
And it looks like that Lindsay is watching. One of my favorite humans, Sharkbait. Hi.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hello, Sharkbait.
Where did Ariana post? Oh.
Yeah. I love them. They're angry girl people. They're the best kind of angry girl people. Yeah. They're my favorite kind of.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, and Doom Ducks says hi too.
Hello,
hi,
Doom
Billy.
Ducks. Yeah, so, if you want your anger girl, you own your anger girl. So
they own it. They own it like they own it. They own it.
Like their Jeep looks like freaking Jaws going over obstacles.
I love being out on the trail with them.
You have to be afraid it's going to bite your arm off.
I mean, if you're gonna do the look, just turn into it, and that's what I'm all about. So
and Dustin's
absolutely.
Dustin's a badass too. He's got a badass. He's the right guy to do it. It's a shark grill. Sorry, I meant shark grill.
Oh,
yeah, it's not angry. It's a shark grill.
It's a shark.
It's not angry.
We're gonna be technical. I get it. Okay.
It's a fucking Jaws grill.
And then Doom Duck is the angry grill.
Yeah, Doom Duck has the angry grill.
And he owns it too. He's amazing.
Hey, I ran Angry Eyes on the Jeep for the first 6 years I owned it. And I just retired them. One of them fell out in the process of getting it ready to go to the shop in the first place. And so I just didn't replace it with new Angry Eyes. I kept some inserts to kind of keep the black outline of the eye, the headlight, because I think it looks ridiculous.
Angry Eyes with eyelashes.
Folks, we need to have a discussion about eyelashes on cars. Yeah, like I can get behind a lot of things that people do to individualize their whips, but I can't get behind the eyelashes in any shape or form, Angry Eyes or not. Just can't do
Angry Eyes are the line.
Yeah, the lashes are like way too far over the edge.
Yeah, they're just. I have enough stuff to break, and I know I'd break that.
Oh my gosh!
Even if I wanted them.
Imagine, yeah, I would totally jack up.
Damn right, it's angry. He says that's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, cool. All right. So yeah, let's see here. I failed to pull up my notes, so I'm gonna grab that real quick here. I will say I know we don't have any new reviews this week, so a reminder. Yeah, I know. It's I figured we were going to kind of
the people who would like scroll past my videos and don't double tap like.
Like for real. I mean, it takes time. It
like
takes
your
10
wife.
minutes.
Like
I
that's my wife.
I know. I forget a lot. Anyway, Lindsay says that she's going to break Dustin and put lashes on their shark grill.
Yes.
So like is that like tantamount to putting stickers on somebody else's Jeep if you were to like run around at like EGS and just put lashes on the baddest looking Jeeps?
That would be awesome. I mean, Aaron, who was on here a couple weeks ago, he has a 3D printer and he's printing a bunch of the penis like air things and he's going to run around at EGS.
Is he the source of those things?
Yes,
I thought that was Josh.
No, Aaron is the source.
Wait,
of the
what
penis.
are they?
They're little teeny penis tire, like the
valve stem covers. They're so that you don't like have you don't get dust and sand in your valve stems.
Yeah, and they're little penis ones.
I love them, but I lose all of my valve stems, and I don't want to be running around going, "Where's my penises?" So
where's my penises? I lost my penis.
I've lost my penises, and I can't find them.
Well, and then Des saw
is that you can give us a higher mature rating? Is that
Aaron kept putting black ones on my Jeep, and then another friend of mine, who's a badass, is Des. She put a rainbow one on my Jeep, so I had like penises all over my Jeep by the end of Winter 4x4.
we lost all our Easy Flate valve stem covers and only had penises at the end.
Yep, sorry, Easy Flate. It just happened.
I think Easy Flate has an obvious, niche marketing
they should do them with
they
Easy
could
Flate
make.
logos on them.
Oh my God, no!
Like the Black Ducks, just have a bunch of black Easy Flate.
No, don't finish that sentence. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. Shit.
Easy Flate. Oh man.
Easy. Wow. That. You know what? No, I don't. I got to stop because my brain's already gone down a rabbit hole on it. All right, cool.
Well, once one goes on your car, then somebody else puts one on, and all of a sudden you've got 4 dicks on your Jeep. Who knew?
You know what? That's been my experiences with penises throughout life. Is when one shows up, then there's 2, and then there's 3, and then there's 4.
It just keeps happening.
There's a bunch.
It's exponential, if you will. All right, cool. So yeah, no new reviews. Just a reminder, if you have not already left us a review, please leave us a review. We'll send you some stickers and enter you in the swag pack giveaway. And if you want details on what that includes, an 8-gang switch panel, some t-shirts, sticker packs, and whatever else that we managed to throw into that between now and the time that we hit 50. So if you're a business and you're looking for a little bit of free advertising, throw something our way and we'll add it to the swag pack and you'll get talked about every week.
Heck yeah. We're going to like...
I'm going to start reaching out.
Swag giveaway.
At this point, I want free shit to give away just
like,
because
I'll give you like my stickers.
Like I don't have any money.
I'm not giving away my new throw pillows though.
The dogs.
Oh, you need your throw pillow.
So my wife ordered me a few.
I didn't mean to. Well, what happened is like I ordered one and then it was like shipping from China and it like never ever came. And so I ordered another one, and then they all showed up within the same day of each other. But I got him a misfit pillow so he can cuddle with it till he gets his other one back.
Yeah, she's gonna go grab it. You're gonna see this. This is if you watch us on YouTube or on our live, you get to see this.
So what's this week? What's this week's count of vehicles?
We have 1 Jeep and 1 truck.
Okay.
2 Jeeps are in the shop. Jem is almost ready for the Off-Road Expo.
Ooh.
They are going to have her wrapped up next week. It's the first time we've ever done anything like this, and we're like
laughing
because she's dirty as hell. She's not detailed right now. Yeah, this is what we're talking about.
Awesome. That's so ridiculous.
And I'm in it.
So that's so he can cuddle with something while his missus.
While I'm laying on the couch, I grab that and wrap my arms around it
and sob into it quietly while you wait.
Miss my truck.
Yep.
So I think we're shipping it next week, maybe the week after. I'm still trying to get that worked out with the America's Most Wanted when that's going to happen.
Oh, they were
can't
busy.
really bring it in until they have room, and they're still building my kit right now.
Well,
So-
didn't I just see that didn't they just auction a bunch of cars at the...
They auctioned an orange Gladiator that was pretty well built.
Okay.
The guy who got that really got a great deal because it was the Demon motor in it. And
No, it was the Hellcat.
it was a Demon.
It was 1,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the Demon. The Hellcat's not 1,000.
Oh no,
think
it's
the
the
Hellcat's
other one.
740.
It's the Helephant.
The Helephant.
Yeah, it was
Helephant.
the
Oh
Helephant.
yeah, it was a Helephant. So like that
1,000.
kit, you have to call and get a quote for that. Like they don't even tell you how much it is.
They
on
won't
the
even talk
website.
about how much that is. Yeah.
Right. And so the next closest one is the Demon, and it's 1,000 horse, or it's not quite 1,000, but it's like 100,000, 110,000 just for the kit. And the person who won that Gladiator paid 175,000.
They got
Like-
screwed.
Like no, well, the guy who bought that got a great deal.
He got a killer deal.
But the guys who did the, America's Most Wanted, they kind of, they gambled a little bit and lost on that one.
Yeah, but
Well, I mean, they got a lot of press out of it, so there is that.
Absolutely. We watched it to see where it would happen with it.
that's the first time I've ever watched a Barrett Jackson.
I did one time when I was in Scottsdale for some reason. We couldn't get into the actual one, so we were at a bar watching it in downtown Scottsdale. I can't remember why we were there for. Was it with Jesse and
I
Mikey?
don't know.
I was with Jesse. Yeah, I wasn't with some of our Jeep friends, but yeah, we were watching it on the TVs there because we couldn't go. It was a lot of neat stuff. It's really fun to watch because you see everything from like these built Jeeps, like the one that America's Most Wanted had. There was a barn find car that was in exact same condition it was when they drove it home from the lot and put it in the barn for some reason, and then never drove it again. And that thing went for more than the Gladiator with a freaking 1,000 horsepower motor did.
I don't remember what that was, but it was like not cute.
Not
It
cute.
wasn't anything cool, but it was like, it came off the
Some
shelf,
of those
I guess.
collector cars, yeah, they get ridiculously silly in price.
Yeah, it is ridiculously silly in price. But yeah, America's Most Wanted, they sold that for $175. I think they could have got more, but it's one of those things that you never know when you have no reserve and you just go. That's where it is.
Yeah, that's a gamble on that one. Like I don't know how high they thought that was going to go, but yeah.
I thought it would go about $50,000 more at a minimum. I thought 225. I was even thinking, some dudes are going to really want that. It's going to go like 250 or 300. But it
I
wasn't.
think everybody's just tired, man. Those fucking cars are too expensive right now. A regular
are.
Jeep is $75,000. Yeah.
Well, if you're buying a brand new Gladiator, they're around 40 to 50. So
I
Yeah,
saw
they-
that too. They just
they're
dropped another
dropping.
$1,000, right? Yeah.
yeah. I was looking online at them. I'm like, shit, if they keep dropping, I'll buy another one and have that for EJS to go play in.
I don't want to buy one, but I kind of like it. I want a commuter, and like I could make a commuter out of that, and then camp with it when I needed
Yeah,
to.
they're
I need to
like-
make it a hardcore wheeler.
You could make it a hardcore wheeler. I don't know what's going to happen in the future on the Gladiators. I'm baffled by this, but I think there's a couple things that I think about selling it, right? They have car tires on them, basically, when you see them on the lot. And when you go park them next to a Jeep that's nice, like Randy's Jeep on 37s before, the Gladiator looked like an El Camino.
Right.
And they're selling them with car tires because whatever EPA regulations, and it's also another reason possibly this is the case is because they know you're just going to tear them off anyway.
They don't.
But-
I mean, they do.
But when you see them in the lot, they look goofy, and you see that Wrangler and the Wrangler Unlimited with 4 doors, and it looks so much nicer than the Gladiator on the lot. My neighbors were making fun of my Jeep because it looked like an El Camino.
Yeah, when we brought it home, it looked like an El Camino. But, I mean, I don't know.
And I rented a Wrangler Sport, a 2023 Wrangler Sport, and it drove very nice, but it still
it's
didn't
passenger
look very appealing. It's like there's every other truck on the road looks more appealing than that because they've done something. There's something off about it. It needs a cosmetic upgrade. Maybe it needs 35s by default instead of 32s.
Is that just going to be an option, right? That wasn't going to be a default for Jeeps.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, at least it's an option. It's a step in the right direction. But yeah, I think they're hamstrung because they have to meet those number guidelines. And I think that's the farce of it at some level. Because I understand the need for, some emission standards at some level, because we used to have cities covered in smog, and we still have some covered in smog. But on some level, it's also when we're openly just cheating the system, it's just, we're not lying to ourselves, and it's just making things more difficult than they need to be.
I think that's kind of the crux of it is what you just said there. They're cheating the system. Mm-hmm. So they're selling the Jeep that the EPA tells them they have to sell, but the Jeep that's driven by almost everybody has 35-inch tires or bigger right now. Right. 33s if you're at a small scale. Yeah. But no one's driving around with a 31-inch tire on a Jeep. No. And then no one's driving with the stock tires that came with it.
No, it's the only people doing that are 60-year-olds driving old TJs up and to and from their houses in the mountains.
And what's the cost of the tire recycling? What's the environmental impact of all? I know they recycle and do a lot of disposal stuff for it, and you have to pay for that. But
they have to know that stuff is going on. You can't even I can't imagine that the smart people, the EPA, are not smart enough to figure that out.
I think I heard him.
We heard him.
No?
Ryan?
Yep.
Yes!
Hey!
Probably heard him.
You probably heard my computer go through the garage door.
That's all right. That happens. Yeah.
I'm gonna need to get a broom here in a minute.
So, Ryan,
I have three neighbors standing out on their front porch going, "What the hell is going on over there?" So now I'm on my phone.
I feel like that's not the first time that's happened for you.
Damn crickets. No, I can tell you right now.
This is why Randy and I don't do projects in the garage anymore, because the tools end up denting the garage door, putting holes in the walls.
So this is what you're getting, the long range. I kid you not, JD and I went through all this. It all worked. The minute you hit the record button, everything went to crap. My camera wouldn't listen to me. My wireless microphone quit. My headphones stopped working. And I'm like, I'm done. Over.
Welcome to the shit show.
Yeah. You shouldn't come to Vegas with us.
I'm not going to lie. Last week, when it was just JD and myself, I mean, everything worked. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm taking this microphone off. I'll say that right now.
Well, we're still in our really long monologue at the beginning where we start, so that's pretty good.
We're in our ramble part of the show where we just kind of go through what we've been not talking about.
I think people like this part of the show anyway, so it's not. It's been
I don't
doing
really.
all right.
I don't understand why people give a shit. I don't care. Why do you care about? Why do you care about me? I don't. All right, yeah.
It's because my Jeep has. It looks wear spectacles on the trail. That's why people like us.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, we Anyway, all right, Ryan Taylor, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hold on, let me chug this, and then I'll be good to go.
So we lost you at what is it that you're drinking, Ryan? That's when we stopped hearing you.
Yeah. So this is from a South Carolina distillery. It's 1233 Distillery. It's in North Myrtle Beach, Little River area, and it is a whiskey bourbon, double barrel, double oak.
That sounds
delicious. I can almost taste it.
But he can't because he's drinking his own.
Yeah, so last week I brought two bottles. I brought a bottle of 15-year Whistle Pig and a bottle of good old Kirkland's bourbon. And depending on how the show went last week, depend on which one I was going to drink. And since I'm out of a bottle of Kirkland's bourbon now,
looks like that one.
Yeah, I take the no-show very personally. I do.
So we're down. This is like our last whiskey in our house right now.
It's Crown.
Randy's brother brought this to us, and it's the only reason why we have it. Otherwise, we'd be out all the way.
I was gonna say, as long as you didn't buy it, I won't judge
No, we didn't buy that, but it's been sitting in our house and it's rescued us a few times because it's been around for like 5 years.
That's it? I feel like I have bottles of Crown that I've had for at least a decade or more.
I feel like it's been sitting in our cupboard and it's like, shoot, we have nothing.
Like we still have,
but we
I still
Crown.
have one or two of those purple bags left over from my 20s when we used to drink bottles of Crown and keep the bags as trophies.
And you got change in the side of your Jeep or the center console.
It goes in that exactly.
Yeah.
That's what my Crown bag is. It's literally like $200 in coins from two decades
buried
of
in your toolbox with random bolts and nuts and screws.
Yep.
yeah.
That's another good. That would be a good one. I like that.
It's
not a
labeled.
bad idea.
Yeah, 1999 project is what it's labeled.
That's what it. Yes, definitely.
So, like I told you, Pope and Radio, like I told you guys before we got on the air, Ryan reached out. Ryan is Jeep Neck X, and he's one of the first reviews that we received.
So,
cool.
So I grew up with sled necks, as some of you may know, in Colorado. I grew up in Colorado watching sled necks and enjoying their stuff. And so when I thought about a Jeep page, I really wanted it to be Jeep Necks with an S. But, of course, that was already taken, and the guy wanted a small fortune for the name. So I was like, well, forget it. We're just adding X to the end of it. So you can call it Jeep Necks.
Jeep Necks? All right, that works for me.
So what do you drive?
I have an 08 JKU.
Okay.
I still got a 44 in the front, but a 60 in the rear. Yes, I'm the 44 front with 40s. But I got Sierra.
All right.
So, you know what?
You got 60s in the back. That's where that's really the where it's most important.
Yeah.
It's like a mullet axle setup. I like it.
It's right.
Yeah. Is your axle trussed or sleeved or anything on the front?
It's truss, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's not truss, it's gusseted. So it's
Gusseted.
right there. Yeah.
Nice.
So
He was on 40s, on 44s for like probably a
long
good
time.
year. Probably a good year.
And I tried to own it, but every time I go wheeling, I break my gears. Or, and
He did it too.
And once I started taking myself seriously on the trail, I realized that wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to fly anymore.
So this, I joke, this is my first big boy Jeep. I had a
Ours too. And I've owned 7 Jeeps in the past, where between XJs and Wranglers.
yeah.
The two of us have owned 7 Jeeps, and these are our first big boy Jeeps, if you will. Yeah.
I had a TJ with 33s that I've wheeled for 20-something years. I'd only had 86,000 miles on it when I sold it. 456 gears, 44 in the rear. It had a 44 in the rear before the Rubicon, so it was 44 cool before 44 was cool.
Right.
Yeah, Ultimate Dana 60s with the new Dana 44s.
Right?
Or Fusion 14 bolts are like the new Dana 60s. So.
Don't make me feel small with my brand new axle. Be quiet.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out what setup I need to run 46s. That's where I'm looking at.
Oh my God. Because he wants to be like, so his goal, this is his goal, is to like Bigfoot was 47s.
The original Bigfoot monster truck was on 47-inch tires.
You know, when I
So
looked
if I
it up
build a
that night on
Misfit
the
to
show,
roll
I knew I shouldn't
47s,
have.
I'm in that category. I'm a monster truck officially, and I'm happy with that.
And what are you going to do with that besides drive it on the lake bed?
It's definitely gonna climb the hell out of Sand Mountain down in Sand Hollow. I almost think it's a little too much, actually, to be honest.
Oh, a little. Just a little too much. A little too much.
I need to mark that.
One of
I'm
the
gonna
guys
hold
I
that for
like
you,
to
Randy.
follow
I'm
is
gonna give you that.
Project Overkill, man.
A little too much. Like, ew. He found a line, you guys. He found a line just now.
But
proud.
I want to go there because I just think that's where Misfit belongs.
Oh my God,
But then
not.
I won't be able to wheel him anymore. I don't think it'd be too much. He's not going to fit in any fucking Pacific Northwest trails. That's for sure.
No.
You know what? I think the most important thing is, can you fit the damn thing in your garage? Like that's like at that point you need an RV garage.
Barely right now.
Yeah.
We wish we could get like a lift from our garage door and a widen Like it's like it's like doing surgery to get both of our Jeeps in the garage. We do it, and I have one panel on the side of our thing that just keeps breaking, and luckily we have good friends that come and help us fix it.
Yeah. Our old house in Castle Rock, for some reason, it had a lower than normal entrance for the Jeep, and even my Jeep, as soon as I lifted it, I started to have issues, and I had to take it really, really slow, and if I didn't, I was gonna scrape. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's good times.
I have 2 kids. My garage is filled with tools, bicycles, electric monster trucks, electric dirt bikes, helmets, pool toys. Yeah, there's not a Jeep fitting in here.
So you're in South Carolina, is that right?
I am. So I grew up in the great metropolis of Gunnison, Colorado. If you blinked, you went through it.
I've heard of it.
I've heard of it. Well, we're from Salt Lake, so we're Salt Lake City, Utah. So
yeah, not that. Not Gunnison, Utah.
No, not Gunnison, Utah, but Gunnison, Colorado. But I mean, we're close to like.
Yeah, we've seen signs for Gunnison, Colorado when we went out towards Montrose.
Oh yeah. You just take a left. You go up that road.
We went the wrong way.
Take a left.
Take a left. Go there.
Take a left at Albuquerque.
Yeah, right. So I moved down here, and I live in Columbia area of South Carolina, pretty much smack dab in the middle. So. Yep.
What's the wheeling like out there?
A lot of private land. It's I miss the days when I could go out of the driveway, drive 5 miles down the road, and find a dirt road, and just be gone. Fortunately, now it's an hour and a half to Gulches, which is in Greenwood, which is a great off-road park that we utilize a lot. Windrock is a 4-hour drive for us, 4 or 5 hour drive for us. So. It's a trailer trip. And then we got Uwharrie, which is a little bit lighter. But you can have some fun up there, and that's about a 2-hour away from us. So yeah, gone are the days of just going out of the backyard and being gone. Right. Unfortunately.
Man, you got to come back out west.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, yeah, like. I'd stay legal, folks, but it's much more. It's a lot easier to just get in a Jeep and find a place to go here.
We have a legal off-road trail that a lot of people would really enjoy. About 15 minutes from here, called Butterfield Canyon. It takes you over the mountain to Tooele, and it's a beautiful trail. It's actually kind of fun to do. We don't mind going out and doing it just to go out and take pictures along the way, especially around sunset.
Yeah,
I think you just found what you want to take Jen on when we come.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because you literally if you do it at the right time, then you go up to the copper mine and you watch the sunset on this side, and then it's still over on this side, and we chase the sun over the mountain. It's like super fun.
That's awesome.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
that's really close to our house. It's a mild trail.
By
our standards,
I call it a zero.
We
like
call
in
it a
our
zero.
scale. Like, I mean, it's not.
I mean, it's a dirt road, so it technically would be a 2 at a minimum.
Is that the scoring of a 2? Or is there 1? Because it's probably a 1, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah. So a 1 is basically a flat forest road with no rutting, and then a 2 is going to be mild rutting, just kind of in maybe high clearance.
Yeah, it would even be a 1 probably.
Yeah,
you go for the views, and when you do turn up to go towards the copper mine, it becomes a 2 around there.
Oh, wait a second here. Shark Woohaha, Sharkbait Woohaha has told me that is a drop off. How close is the drop off? That's going to be a problem for Jen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do get the drop off. It's a you're driving up the side of a mountain there, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not very long, and it's not that memorable for me. But you also get to stand on top of the copper mine and look down in it, and that's intense. Like, it's really you can see how much they've really cut that mountain.
I want Jen to like you when she meets you guys for the first time. So that's all I'm saying.
It's not like that.
Oh, then
trail
we should
that you're
totally
talking
take
about.
her on the Fallen. That would be.
Oh my god.
What'd you say, Ryan?
Hey, the cliff's only an issue one way. So as long as you can do it one way, when you come back, you're fine. So,
I mean, yeah, I guess that's the follow-up question then. Can you drive it so that I can put her on the inside?
Well, you have to. It's up and back.
Oh,
I mean, you
okay.
could technically drive through the town and go back to I-70 or I-80 and then head back to Salt Lake that way and not have to drive back the other way. So, like, you could be where she's on the inside on your way there. You have to look at the edge of the cliff.
See, but we wouldn't take them to Butterfield Canyon.
No,
and
we'd
it's
take them
funny.
to
We would take
Fork
American
Canyon.
Fork, and it's funny because Little Ariana was like the view from the top of Mary Ellen's Gulch is stellar. And,
Yeah, we would go there.
we would be taking you to Mary Ellen's Gulch. We wouldn't be taking you to Butterfield Canyon, but it would be really cool as like a night. Let's go see the copper mine.
The view from the
Right.
Snowbird Gate at the top of Mary Ellen's Gulch is really cool, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
you
gosh.
take her night wheeling, so she has no clue.
You can do that.
Well, and then there's
No.
there's so many things up there that are so incredibly gorgeous. Like, there's way
haven't-
cooler places.
Ass ton
We
of
would
lights
spend
from
time in
Tyree
American
now,
Fork
so I'm
Canyon. That would be
good for
fun.
night. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to do a canyon run at night. I want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's some seriously beautiful places.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, we managed to fully get off topic of everything.
What is our topic?
Our topic is eventually going to be trail etiquette.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, real
I got
quick.
some words for you people.
Uh-oh. All right, let me blow through this real fast then. I had a Blue Ribbon Coalition update. Ben Burr posted the other day, and Patrick McKay, apparently, they were both at a hearing about the injunction to essentially stop the closures as is until further review happened down the road. I don't think they have an answer on that. They won't have it for a week or two, but keep an eye out on their socials for that stuff. If you have if you've got something going on in your area that's like a Blue Ribbon Coalition thing or some other land use issue, please reach out to me. Find us at the Trailhead Network and just drop me a line. Let me know what's going on, and then I'll gladly talk about it on the show. Same for news, or if you've got an event going on, we want to hear about it. We'll share it with people. I am not going to go through all of the crap. Just visit us at the Trailhead Network. But if you do want to leave us a message, call us at 719-408-0132. And we'll play your voicemail live in the air and see what people have to say about it. So, yeah, awesome. Pope, do you want to do a news story or two?
Sure,
We
but
should-
I
we
don't
gotta do
have any
one.
in my mail.
You don't?
No.
Hang on a
So
sec.
actually, we'll have to talk about it off the air, but I don't have any current invitations.
All right, hang on a second here. We'll just pause and do you have your Instagram up right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's on my phone, though. I'll have to put my phone up here and then be like,
Yeah. Well,
let's see what we got here.
well, and the one
Yeah,
is
we-
important mainly because Ryan's got something to say about it. So
Okay, I'm going to send this to myself.
Well, you'll find
Sure.
out a lot to say about a lot of things. I don't know if they're
that's all right. Yeah,
accurate,
cool. Because
truth, or smart, or any of the
no, we're not looking for any of that. No.
So good.
No.
Good company.
In fact, I am actively just trying to take pressure off myself to say shit. So the more y'all want to talk, the better. It's good for me.
Well, I went and saw Jem tonight.
Oh my gosh, Jem is looking so
Jem
good.
is so cool right now. I am so excited.
This
Is it like
is
visiting a Jeep in a hospital?
It is. I literally have never felt so weird about how excited I am to just see her. But yeah, she's gonna be beefy, man. Her triangulation is gonna be sick. She's she's gusseted. It's crazy. I'm just looking at everything they're putting on there, and it's just solid. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
So my
think
question
I'm
that-
requesting access to your news doc.
All right. We're going to go ahead and turn the keys here and shit, I guess.
Yeah, it's like we're launching a nuclear bomb over here.
I know. That's all right. It's good like that.
But yeah.
Keep people out of her nose.
She looks solid. I'm excited.
How much longer do you have to go for that?
We're gonna be sneaking it in by the wire to have her done by Friday and Saturday she's going to be at the Salt Lake Expo for the Off-Road Expo. They're parking her in the Impulse booth, so that will be fun. We're
supposed to be Jem and the Misfit.
Yeah, well, Jem's taking the star.
Yeah,
Aaron's trying to get her. Aaron's trying to get her the RPI ramp so she can be all pretty and parted. Like.
So my question: you guys took out the daily driver last time, and from the videos, it did not look like, in my opinion, you quote took it easy as some were hoping. I would like to know if that was a successful take it easy run or not.
Are we talking about the dune run?
The sand dunes? So the sand dunes run, yes. I actually was yelling at him the whole time, like, I have to drive to work, you motherfucker. It was one of those moments, like, constantly, like, he had a few moments. There was one
I
really
wanted to
big
launch
hill.
that damn Jeep.
I know he did, and I was like, I need something to drive straight in my life. Like, just one thing to drive straight. I don't care if any of the other ones do. It's like I'm fine beating him up, but he keeps trying to make hologram like a wheeler, and he is mine.
Like me and my builder right now, we're like talking about stretching.
They're not. Like, I will over my dead body, like, you have no idea, JD, like what I live with. Like, it's so hard. It's so hard.
No, I get it. And see, the problem is that you both wheel, and I at least have Jen to kind of like reel me in sometimes when I get a little too crazy. The problem is I think you two feed off each other at some level. You want to stop him, but the brakes are already cut. Yeah.
I know. Well, the problem is that he's like, you need beadlocks, and I'm like, he's like, I need beadlocks, and I'm like, you do need beadlocks. Like, we need to go lower on air pressure. Like, we're so terrible for each other. Like, we keep talking, and I've told you this before, JD. I need a third in our marriage that like cleans the house and like tells us no. Like, I just need like somebody to keep our shit together.
Either
like,
gender, it don't matter.
It doesn't matter with the gender. Like, they're not going to touch us or anything. We'll give you
Randy's
food
taking applications at 719-408-0132.
And you also need to clean the house. Yeah. And cuddle the dogs.
And what website are you going to post this ad on?
Is it going to be a Jem and the Misfit OnlyFans?
No, I'm just saying, like, I really need somebody to tell us no. Like, it's hard as adults. Like,
yeah. Well, and we've talked about that before too. Is we don't have kids, so you also have that. That part of you that's just like, I shouldn't spend this because kids have to go to college. Like, I don't like this. The dog's not going to college.
We do have kids, though.
Their
names are Jem and the Misfit. We have children. Like, they're two Jeeps that are like very well taken care of.
We are going to spend less on Jem and Misfit than some people spend to send their kids to college.
Right, but maybe 100%. Not. Like, I don't know. Like, we just bought an engine. Like, I mean, like, seriously, like, how much we just spent on the engine? Like, I bet that's, like, at least, like, a year or two of tuition.
The Atlas.
Like, let's be,
and the Atlas.
And the Atlas. Like, he's getting an Atlas, too. Like, what's wrong with us? But, like, there are children now, so we need to make sure that they get the best college education they can possibly have.
I'll take a $40,000 LS swap besides the 3 colleges that I probably have to pay for at some point in time down the road.
That would be a really nice LS swap for $40,000.
Yeah, that would be a great.
And
part of the reason I have the Jeep I have now is because
AMW swaps. You can see how much I'm spending.
Let me give you a little bit of hope, though. Let me give you a little hope. You have 3 college tuitions that you're doing right now, but guess what? Someday in like a very near future, because they're not going to be going to college forever, that money can go to you now.
No, they're the youngest one 2.
Oh, that sucks for you. You have a long time.
My long range plans are long range.
Okay, no hope for you. Sorry.
Yeah,
and if they play sports, man.
Enjoy your 44s on those 40s. I'm totally kidding.
It's good though. I feel like we need it.
I'm kidding. I'm being funny. I'm funny.
But it's not funny. I gotta pull my coil over. I gotta pull my coil over to get it built, and that's what $1,000. And I sit here and go, oh crap! Like there's so much other things that need to be done. All that needs to be.
You
done.
do a lot of your own work, though, don't you, Ryan?
Absolutely, and I totally.
I've tried. I have friends that are much smarter than I as mechanics that I, buy alcohol.
That's all my friends.
And and beg to come over and just play the victim but they come over and help me, so they're much smarter. I do try to do most of my own work with their help, of course.
That's awesome.
But
I used to do all my own wiring work. I realized that I'm not an expert at it. It seems like it should be easy, but then it's not. Where there's little nuances you don't know about.
yeah,
I'm very excited about my new setup, man. I did all of that before I sent the Jeep into the system in July, and I forgot half of what I did, and I got it back, and I labeled everything like a smart person. And I was like,
smart.
I was like, I really want to get my rock lights on before I go to Vegas so I can do the glow and stuff. And I was like, I got to wire that all up. And I'm like, oh, no, wait, I already did that. I already put them on magnets. So all I got to do is plug them in and go. So,
That's
Are you going to drive your Jeep on the strip and take videos?
Yeah, of course.
Good
I'm
idea.
that obnoxious guy. Look, we're going to be there on a Monday. I'm going to do that. There's no one there. Yeah.
My Jeep will actually be able to drive there after this engine setup is done. I might just take it.
Well, so then we should go back. We can go back with each other because I need somebody. I can't do a drone video on the strip,
No,
and I
trouble.
don't have my own car. I only have one car, so I need a chase vehicle, and then we can just trade video. So
Yeah, we have GoPros on both sides.
yep. Well, there I could
Record
do
each
that.
other.
Yeah.
Record each other going down the strip.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
thought
if you're
about
that close to Vegas, it's really hard to get to Vegas in your Jeep when Sand Hollow is like an hour and a half away. I don't know if I could drive past Sand Hollow and make it to Vegas.
There's
in
cool
my Jeep.
stuff in
that would be really
There's
hard.
cool stuff in Logandale, which is right by Vegas.
I could go to. But then it's probably before you hit the strip. Like the strip would be really hard to get to in my Jeep because I would be distracted.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
my Jeep's dying
imagining
to go down the strip.
Oh my god!
It's dying. It's like
I had the
turn on the
last-
rock lights and go down the strip.
Well, 2 years ago we went, or 3 years ago we went in kind of like a winter time, and I have one of the clear lids, the completely clear tops for the cab.
Oh, that would be rad.
It was fantastic for Vegas, but it was almost like it was 50s. Like we could have been driving around without a top. So I'll have the Sunrider this time. It'll be nice to pop the top back at night, take video, and just kind of enjoy the strip that way. Because I'm actually, I don't know if the volcano is still going, but if it is, I really want to get some extra video of that. So because that's going away this year.
Did they turn that all back on after the Formula One race and all that? I mean, is it back to normal?
Yeah,
I think
it's
so,
back to
yeah,
normal.
yeah.
We just got back. We were there last weekend.
Yeah, it's pretty much back to normal.
Except no trees down the median.
Yep. No, nothing down the median or nothing.
Nothing.
Pretty.
Did they have trees on the median?
Yeah, they used to.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Like palm.
I'm usually too drunk to pay attention to that. So
We only saw a little bit of the strip. I mean,
We didn't.
we
Really
can only
leave our-
walk so far. I mean,
We didn't walk. I mean,
we're not
didn't leave
proclaiming
our-
to be athletes. I mean,
So here's the dumb thing that I have done as an adult in Vegas that I would recommend to anybody over the age of 40. Find yourself a double-decker bus tour at night. It's a lot of fun. They drive you up and down the strip. It costs like $20. They usually leave from places like Circus. Don't stay at Circus or anything, but
definitely don't stay at Circus.
that casino itself just smells like urine and vomit when you walk through it. So.
And if you're looking for the games that Circus has, the Cosmopolitan has War. You can go play War with the Cosmopolitan. You can play your other games there too.
Can you
My
really play
granted-
War at the Cosmo?
Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh,
That
shit.
was-
Okay.
And one of my funnest nights ever is one of my friends let me stay with him and his wife at Circus, and we played War at Circus for hours. And it was pretty much 50-50. Like we stayed almost even for the night, but we got free drinks for as long as we were sitting there. And
they're-
you have to take a few of those to get it to add up. And
Yeah, well, so pro tip for you when you go back to Vegas. Most hotels you don't get free drinks if you're for the sitting there playing anymore. Like you got to playing high roller tables and stuff. But if you're playing at the bars or if you're playing any like kind of those, thing where there's someone that can pay attention to what you're doing directly. As long as you're max betting everything, so it doesn't matter if you're only max betting once every 5 minutes. As long as you're max betting, there's a little light that goes on behind the bar, and they'll give you free drinks. So those beers don't cost $9 a piece.
That's nice.
Yeah. Well, it gets real fucking expensive real fast.
And if you like playing video poker at the bar, that is a great setup.
Oh,
Hey, will you tell me to shush? That's a good thing. It's fun.
I enjoy the shit show. I enjoy the shit show. I like watching. Like the last time we were at the Rio, and we were just playing video poker at the bar and watching what's going on. And the next thing you know, this guy just walked up and started singing Neil Diamond behind us. And it was obviously an employee, but everybody got into it. It was hilarious. It was awesome. I love that shit. So it doesn't matter to me as long as you have a good time with it. I can't gamble in any seriousness because I feel like it's too slippery a slope for me. So I got a couple $100 that I'll do in there.
Our bad luck would be over by now. It's not quite yet. We learned last weekend. We still have a little more bad luck in our future. So, like, we were literally playing at the craps table. We were playing a lot, and we just didn't have a good time at the craps table. We had a great time overall in our trip.
Yeah. Well, we just sucked at gambling.
We sucked at gambling this time.
If I'm going to light my money on fire, I want to buy Jeep parts instead.
That's really what it boils down to. I want to light my money on fire in Jeep parts.
Yeah. I left Vegas because we haven't gambled since we started wheeling at all. And I left going, if I'm going to start my money on fire, just throw it to Jeep parts instead of doing this crap. I don't know if I need to go back.
Yeah, I could use some new tires. It'd be about the same price.
Yeah.
Or less.
We don't do Vegas. Luckily, we don't do Vegas for the gambling. So, yeah, otherwise I'd probably be screwed.
Every 2 months, I get a power negative. That's about as deep as my gambling, my life.
That's about as much as I should do, too.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, what's the news?
Yeah, let's just do that first one, Pope, and then I'll push the other ones.
I was trying to read the news, but Randy told me not to read it.
No, I was talking about my Jeep.
I believe we were. I believe we just got off on a tangent about her Jeep while we were waiting for you to get that. Yeah.
I was trying to get it up, and then somehow we got on Vegas. I was more interested in my Jeep.
So I was reading about the bottom story.
Yeah,
but
you want to talk about it?
I didn't know enough about it to be an expert on it. I think I have about as much as that.
That's as much as of an expert as we know. So that's all I know.
Let's talk about the top one and the bottom one.
All right, sir, go for it.
I don't have my cool graphic today.
Wait, I think I can play it. Think you
can play your part?
I think I can do it.
Got it. Maybe.
You gonna try?
Welcome. This is off-roading news, damn it.
Wrong
All
one.
right. Well, I'm just gonna call that a no. Then here's the fucking news with Pope.
Here's the fucking news by Pope. Here we go.
I think I jinxed it for you.
That's all right. Like we were saying, Pope and Randy are unlucky at the moment. So, all right. So there's a couple of cool news in off-roading. Scout Motors is opening a plant. Scout Motors, which happens to be a subsidiary of Volkswagen, broke ground on its new electric vehicle production facility in South Carolina. Hey, I know someone from there.
Hey.
No.
This venture signifies the revival of the iconic Scout brand and sets a new standard for electric off-roading. There's the important part there, electric off-roading.
Yeah,
With a commitment to sustainability and a nod to its mechanical past, Scout Motors is poised to redefine the off-road experience with vehicles that honor its rugged heritage while embracing the future of electric mobility. We're talking hard lines and physical buttons even. Physical buttons. Scout has announced the aim for a $50,000 electric vehicle price tag for the first release vehicle. So 50K is the perfect price right now. I would put my money on it in 2 seconds if it's as cute as their old ones that they got going on.
I mean, I think it's reasonable if they're getting started now with it. So how long have they been working on that, Ryan?
That actual plan has been going on for about 2 years now, almost 3 years now.
Wow.
They say they broke ground on the 15th, but they've been moving dirt for the last 2 months. It's about 20 minutes up the interstate from us, in Blythewood, South Carolina, on the other side of Columbia. Yeah, we'll see. It's great for our economy. What was it, like 4,000 jobs? Of course, the corridor of I-26 that runs from Charleston up to Greenville in South Carolina is, we got Volvo, BMW, we got a Michelin large tire plant, we got a BF Goodrich large tire plant down there. So yeah, we're riddled in this state with the auto industry. So it's gonna be good. I guess my only concern is watching companies like Ford and others back out of their EV investments. So I hope it works.
I wonder if this works. Seriously, I wonder if this is going to be like has there been, you have like the luxury car makers and stuff like that, like they make the small batch, car stuff, and that's kind of sounding like what this is going to be. So I guess if you're kind of going just for the small market, maybe it's going to make more sense, but there is a bit of a retraction that's going towards EVs, and I don't know if they can survive it. Like they're putting a lot of money into that.
If I wasn't on my phone, I could tell you the number that they said they were going to put out a year. But since my phone's over there,
that's all right.
Yeah, but yeah, it's, and I dare not say anything because it's going to be wrong. But yeah, it's going to seem. I hope it works for them. Like I said, it's going to be great. There's like 4,000 jobs around here for it, and yeah, it's a good. I'd love to see Scout back. That was that iconic vehicle, as you know, out in the mountains that all the old guys drove because
absolutely
they're so cute. I hope they do it right, though.
They say that it'll be capable of up to 200,000 a year.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. I was gonna say
that feels ambitious, but
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
seriously,
I'd love to see a shifter like the 3 on the tree. Since it's going to be electronic, what does it matter?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
And it sounds like that's kind of what they're leaning towards when they were like they're talking like physical levers, physical buttons that you're going to push. It's not going to be a touch screen like we kind of been blessed with in the last 10 years by our automakers.
I think they'll have one probably still. I think they're just going to have. I think it's going to be like, I feel like my JK with the touchscreen that I put in it is a good mixture of like standard buttons and advanced stuff that you can do.
Yeah, it's probably going to be something along those lines, I bet too.
Yeah.
I hate the vehicles that are all buttons or all touchscreens. Like it's hard to navigate. It's hard to remember where you're supposed to touch, and it's hard to, like when you're driving, especially when you're like if you're off-roading and you want to hit something. You should be able to know where that button is. You shouldn't have to wonder where it is on the screen.
Well, even when you're driving on the freeway, like I needed to be able to figure out how to turn on my air conditioning without like looking at another screen while I'm driving.
Yeah.
That's the biggest complaint I have about my Ford is it's not in auto mode for the air conditioning. I have to like be stopped to change any of the settings. I can't just be like, I'm going to flip the vents onto here and change it to AC mode and go. I got to look at the screen and touch buttons, and that's really dangerous to do. So hopefully they kind of if they get the balance right, it'll be really nice.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. All right, let's talk about the other one then.
The other story, and I kind of liked this one myself. Jeep is coming out with a 2-speed gearbox on their EVs. So Jeep looks like it's exploring a 2-speed EV gearbox as indicated by a recent patent filing by the parent company Stellantis. Typically, electric vehicles employ single-speed gearboxes optimized for a balance of efficiency and simplicity across various driving conditions. Introducing a dual-speed gearbox suggests a nuanced approach to enhance electric off-roading experience by providing a specific gear for low speed, high torque demands alongside a separate gear for optimized high speed on-road performance. This move by Jeep suggests an industry trend towards adapting electric vehicle technology to more specialized driving needs. So this is kind of cool because it's kind of understanding that one size doesn't fit all, and it's specializing the EV towards being an off-road vehicle. And I think that's really fantastic. I hope they put that on the recon when it comes out.
Yeah, I think it's like I don't see a reason for like any additional like changes to a gearbox, but it's nice to see it. I think there was a 3-to-1 ratio. So just anything. I guess it's probably going to take some juice to do that, but I don't know.
I mean, it's like putting 4 low into the EV is basically what they're trying to do here.
Yeah.
Which hopefully they figure out where that gives you a little bit more, longer range in a lower gear. Because I mean, power.
Oh yeah,
because right now, typically, if you buy a Jeep with all-wheel drive, like a Renegade or a Jeep Cherokee, they don't have a real 4 low.
Right.
They're running 1 gear ratio all the time, and when you shift into like I'm doing rock crawling mode, it's not really doing the same thing as shifting into 4 low and getting yourself ready to rock crawl.
I wonder how much output you have from the batteries and all that to run that, so the 2-speed can help you reduce the output, but yet give you the lower gears without it. I don't know. I enjoyed watching those folks. I wish I could remember their names, but the EV folks out at KOH that actually completed an entire lap. That was pretty awesome.
We talked about that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I think that's really rad. That it's not perfect yet, but the fact that we're still working on it and trying to
someone's got to be first. We got to start somewhere, and
we've made a lot of those vehicles have come a long way in just 5 or 10 years. So
hopefully that gearbox will help produce that 8-hour or 6-hour, 8-hour charge they had to do mid-race.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
That's the thing is it makes me laugh because it was the same amount of gas to run the generator as it is to run it. But we got to start somewhere, right? People had a lot of shit to say, but I also think we got to figure out how to make it work.
Yeah.
Well,
and eventually maybe they can do some sort of solar mixed in with it, or I don't know. I just
part of any kind of research.
We're on the beginning at this right now.
Yeah, part of any kind of research and development there's always parts that don't make sense at first. You're like, well, the batteries are more toxic, but there's less of them, and you're like, yeah, well, the batteries are going to get smaller and less toxic as time goes on, and things like that. So yeah, it's a long road, folks. This is just a patent filing.
I thought it was interesting. I heard a story about all the electronic. And then the electronics and the hydraulics, like the hydraulic steering, and then about the steering pumps that have to be done in electronic cars. Mm-hmm. And I was blown away by all that because just the thought process that goes into all that. And you may never use it for an electric off-road rig, but the engineering that comes out of stuff like that, will set the industry into a whole new path.
Right. I think it's only good for everybody to keep working on this project.
Yeah.
It's going to take a generation probably to get it down to where we can drive on it, we can use it off road. But once we do, we eliminate two of the major factors that people don't like about off-roading, and that's the pollution from burning the gas, and we get rid of the noise.
Right.
And between those two things, that's a big portion of.
Yeah.
Now, if you could get rid of the idiot who ruins things, that would be nice too. But we don't have control.
That's a great transition.
That's when we get rid of warning labels, and then the stupid people
if we got rid
take
of warning
themselves
labels
out
for 10 years,
seriously,
people would not be destroying the trails because they would have died from not having warning labels.
Well, that's a great transition. That's an awesome transition. Thank you, Pope.
It's not true that the UTV has more warning labels on it than a Jeep. I mean, I don't know.
There were warning labels on my Jeep. I'll admit that. I immediately removed them from my Jeep when I bought mine.
Remove the stupid warning labels and let the life filter its way out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been catering to the dumb people for too long.
Let nature take its course. So, all right. So we are now a full hour into the show at this point. We are just getting to our topic.
That's awesome.
So if you are one of the 5 people still watching, I know, actually 4, because I know one of them is Pope, who's lying about in order to inflate their numbers.
KU says he's not dumb.
Good, because we want to keep you around, buddy. We want to keep you around.
So yeah, trail etiquette. We're kind of getting into the spring here, so it's probably a good time to start talking about this stuff. And I wish Jason was here to talk about it, because I'm sure Jason has some things to say about it. But yeah, basics for people to do and not to do. Actually, when I was picking up the Jeep today, I picked up this from the State of Trail, Colorado. These guys do a bunch of these kind of like they have a whole slew of different don't fuck around and find out kind of flyers.
Nice.
Yeah. And so I was thinking we can start there and go over a few of these. Let's see here. Motorized vehicles should always yield to non-motorized trail users and each may require their own special consideration. Yeah, we get that part of it. I honestly don't. Sometimes I run into horses and stuff. Maybe that's more of a phenomenon, like in some of the like backcountry of like Utah and stuff like that. But I don't.
Yeah,
I don't run into
that's
that.
the thing out here. We can run into horses on the way up to American Fork Canyon. You can also run into the bicyclists too, and the bicyclists have no problem taking up the whole lane as you're driving up.
And they can hear you. They know, and they can hear you behind you.
Yeah, I'm not in an EV. You can totally hear me.
Yeah.
No, but we have to share the road with these guys. It's part of what makes our society work. We need to respect each other and not be dangerous around the bikes, even though I really wish they would understand that I'm behind them and move over. But,
Yes.
we don't get to play fuck around and find out on the road.
For real though. So yeah, yield to and cows too, man. We get cows. We have a lot of cows here.
We even get cows on Sand Mountain in Sand Hollow, which is weird.
They have cows.
There's cows up there.
There's cows up there. That's crazy, right?
And if you're an environmental listening to this, I see more cows than I do bighorn sheep. Okay,
lots of cows.
Just to let you know.
To let you know.
I have never seen a sheep.
We saw sheep. That was with the dogs that were freaking out. Those
we did see sheep. We did see sheep in the Uintas.
Sheep dogs are mean.
All those damn
OMG.
sheep cubs. They were attacking our Jeeps because we had dogs in our Jeeps.
Yeah.
And so the sheep dogs were attacking the Jeep as we're driving
they're those
through.
big Great Pyrenees, and they're like the size of a horse. And they were like so pissed off we were there. They were like attacking. And our one friend is in an XJ, so of course he can't roll up the back windows because, that's just the way it is. And his 2 dogs are in there, and they're trying to get in his Jeep. It was intense. That was one of the most intense moments. And I had my doors off.
I didn't have doors on. I'm like, please don't.
Oh my God, I had no doors on. And luckily he had dogs in his Jeep because they were attacking him before they attacked me. But yeah, it was intense. We did see
those sheep dogs. Yeah, but they weren't bighorn sheep. These were like farmers had put these sheep there. These sheep dogs were herding them and putting them in place.
Anyway,
what were you saying, Ryan?
Oh, I was going to say, on the East Coast, you get more state parks, and it's more, it's not spread out, it's more compressed. You get a lot more people doing a lot more things. And it really is that etiquette of just sharing the space with others. Slowing down.
It's important to share the space.
Don't
if you see the misfit, get out of his damn way.
Yeah, just
seriously, you know your place.
Yeah,
right.
Know your role.
But I think that as long as you just have common sense on the trail, and I know that common sense isn't very common, but I'm just saying,
I'm supposed to be the heel. You're not supposed to.
Whatever. No. But I'm just saying, just think about your surroundings. Help each other out. Be
yeah.
Just be nice and think about it.
You don't have to be
That's
first.
all. Yeah, you don't have to be first.
Like seriously,
Yeah,
it's
cows
not a
on top
race.
of the world is what Beatrice. Yeah, we've literally ran into cows on top of the world or on the way out to on top of the world in Sand Hollow.
That's awesome.
I still can't believe that you're going to be in Vegas and you're not going to go to like Sand Hollow for a minute.
You're driving past it.
So here's the thing. We have. I don't think we're going to end up spending all that time in Vegas. So I'll be in touch with you guys because I feel like we've planned a lot of time out there, and I often say yes to things before I like do math. And so someone said to me we should go Sunday through Sunday, and I was just like, that seems like a long time, but I'll go ahead and book it. It still seems like a long time, so I'll be in touch with you. Don't worry. I would love to. I honestly would love to stop by. I see zero reason why I shouldn't at this point in my life. I have all this vacation time for not having a Jeep for 6 months, so I may as well.
Right.
So, all right.
Hand signals.
You guys use hand signals, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we usually flash gang signs because we're from northern.
I'm from Chicago. I'm with you. Yeah, I get you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No,
Yes,
West Side.
hand
No,
signals
Like
are
West
must.
Side,
I
West
don't wanna get
Side.
shot. Yeah.
I do think the hand signals are fading with the younger
Yeah.
generation. I don't.
We actually just had our state say that during the off-road training they educated people about these hand signals.
Well, and that's, you know what? And a lot of people have a lot of shit to say about like making people do the UTV like license thing in Utah. But I think it just like reminds you, it took me 5 minutes to do it. Like it wasn't that long. And I really I'm pro like having to do that. Like, because then we're all on the same page.
Yeah, we speak the same language.
We speak the same language. When we first started this, I mean, we're pretty new at this. Like, I think a lot of people think because, like, we do, like, the more hardcore stuff, we just have really crazy friends. Like, we didn't mean to get this far into it so quickly. It just, like, a lot of people who seem to trust us on the trail when they shouldn't have did, and we got really deep. That's what happened. But the thing is I would say 4 years ago, I didn't understand the hand signal thing. I didn't know all these things. And I think that so many new people are coming into this, coming into like off-roading and doing those kind of things. Like having a certain basis of some sort of license doesn't kill anybody. Like it like literally just like gives you the message of what you should be doing on the trail. And a lot of people have such a hard time with it and they think that they're being all crazy. But I'm like, how are you supposed to get this information?
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and we struggle with it a little bit different because we're not as mountainous, but ours is boating. So a lot of we're just now getting to the point where we're requiring, if you're of a certain age or if you're just now getting a boat or turning 16 and you want to operate a boat, that you have to have a boater's license.
Joy.
Yeah, I'm going to send him.
The opposite is true. If you don't have it, then you do kill somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we are, we're living in a situation now. Like I know that part of the reason why I want to lose my mind on the highway right now from everybody that just camped in the left lane is because people didn't get driver's ed for 3 years while we were locked down for COVID, and it shows. And I think just
it does.
Like, and I think the basic things like that, like showing people the basics of if you're going to try this new sport or you're going to try this new, vehicle thing, you're going to try do something new with your vehicle. Like it's a half-ton vehicle. You should know what you're doing with it.
Like, and so Beatrice is going to try to join in just a second, JD.
All right. He's one of our biggest followers.
He's on our lives every time.
Every week he's on our lives, so he's joining.
But he has a few things to say about this topic, actually, so he might be interested.
Oh, shit.
He's awesome, too.
So one on here, one of the ones on here is Good Dog. Many people enjoy the company of their pets when out in the trails. Be courteous and mindful, especially if your pet is not leashed or appears uneasy. So I have zero problem with dogs being off leash. My only problem with dogs being off leash is when they're following along with the Jeep and they're not getting out of the way of other traffic.
For you, yeah.
So
know your dog, know the situation. I think there's a lot of people out there that like it works. like it works really well. They've trained them. They've done those kind of things. But then there's also those people that like have the dogs on the trail, and I'm like trying to go up an obstacle, and I about hit your dog, and I'm the kind of person that would kill myself before I kill the dog, and that's scary because like if I see a dog in front of me, I'm going to stop, and it might not be the right place, and I might roll.
And the only time I've ever been rude to somebody on the trail is when they were letting their dog sit in the middle of the path that you're taking to get up the top of the obstacle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Because out there, you don't want you want to stay. You want to keep your cool out there anyway, and that's one of the things we like. Is most of the time everybody's really chill, but one time this guy would just kept letting his dog ride in the hang out in the middle of the obstacle, and I sent him a message. I just yelled out at him like, "Dude, if your dog's in the middle of the obstacle and I'm right there, your dog is not going to be there the next time." It's important to keep a leash. Like my dogs are on a leash when they're out of the vehicle, and if they're in the vehicle, we're trying to take care of them inside, but there's
a lot of off leash dogs that I think are great. Like just know your dog and know the situation.
Yeah, and not to say they're on the same level, but children are the same thing. I mean, know your kids, know where your kids are running around.
I'll say they're on the same level. I don't have any kids. I can say that.
Well, no, I agree though. Like I agree. Like there's a lot of off-road kids out there, and they're amazing. Yeah. Like Rubestino was going to join us tonight, but his kid Josh, like he's one of my favorite monkeys ever, and he's going to spot me through an obstacle, and he's only 14. Yeah. I will trust him on anything, any place, anytime.
But he knows where to stand.
He knows where to be. He knows what to do, and he is on it. And then there's other kids that are like, oh, I'm just going to walk over here. And they basically almost walk off a cliff. And I'm like trying to drive an obstacle and like, you know what I mean? Like, same.
And I don't want to make a last minute decision about your kid and whether or not I'm going to turn my wheel left to save my Jeep, because I'm honestly I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's a 50-50 call for me right out the gate.
And there was
50-50 call.
One time, literally just one time where this was an issue. Yeah, usually people are smart enough and they're like, hey, they yell at their kids, don't stand right there.
Yeah.
And when the dog was there the one time, it was the 1.01% of the time that someone has done that.
I only bring these up as being like little pain points that I've had over the years, but
over the years we've encountered it once, right? But it was enough that I was like, dude, like your dog is not going to survive this if you don't get him out of the way.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to run your dog over. I apologize. But
let's see here. What else they got?
If he gets a Nitto Trail Grappler print on his back, it's not my fault. I'm sorry. Maybe I went too far there.
No, you're fine. This one's good because we're going to start getting snow drifts. I'm probably going to run into this tomorrow. Snow and snow drifts remain on the trails out here in Colorado. That's almost July. Like you can still get snow on the trail until July. Drive through it. Don't go around it. Don't. And if you see somebody doing it, tell them. Like you don't have to be an asshole about it. Just be like, don't drive around it. Just go through it. You're gonna get your vehicle muddy, and you might get stuck. We'll help pull you out. But if you're gonna be up here in the snow, drive through it. Don't drive around it.
Yeah, last time we took UTVs from Taylor Pass from Pitkin, and then went over Taylor Pass and was trying to get to Aspen, but the snow drifts were just too. I mean, it was June, and the snow drifts were just too deep. I mean, we ended up just getting stuck all day and having to turn around. But yeah, we literally watched the guy just say, "No, I'm just going to take my little 2-seater Kawasaki or whatever it was with the bed and just drive around the snow drifts." And I'm like,
so.
Don't think I can take a picture and like land blast that, but so of course if you have an I Love Pitkin sticker on the back of it, it's pretty much narrows you down. So
wow. Ryan's making friends out the gate.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Actually, I was living out here. We went back to hang out with some friends, and my wife. We got on the plane. She's like, "Are you really going to post that?" Like, you better believe it. You better believe. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, that's what gets us busted. That's what gets trails shut down. That's what gets. I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
We work so hard
That's where the problem is when
a
we're
1% of people to screw it all up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I will land blast you for that.
Well, and so I've talked before about the first time I went out on Hackett, which is one of the Gulch trails that we did a whole episode back with Marcus Trusty a while back. And
Word Marcus.
Word Marcus. We're going to talk to him in next week, I think. And I ran through. We ran through. We went through an illegal part of the trail because I didn't know. I was, following the lead of a guy who owned a shop, right? He should know what's legal and what's not. And then we get to a place where there were snowdrifts because it was March, and he's just like, well, we can either turn around and go the whole way back, or we're going to go around this. And he directed us all to go around it. And now, I couldn't even imagine it. It's a burn area and it's the rest of it, and I feel terrible about it. And I recognize that there's a lot of folks out there that do that kind of shit, but just don't do it. It's turn around. Yeah.
Period. I mean, that's all. Yeah. Don't make your own trail.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Period.
So, let's see here. Do we have any unwritten rules that we should talk about for etiquette? Stuff that pisses you off that you have not done, or
just clean up after yourself, assholes.
Yeah, you assholes, clean up your shit, dude.
I think for me the biggest etiquette one probably would be keep your mouth shut unless you're asked for help or.
Yeah.
I can't
unsolicited advice.
And look, I try to be the most helpful. I'm a nice guy. I try to be helpful, and if I see something, but I got to stop myself from saying something because it's not my place. It's not my Jeep. I don't know your rig. I don't know how you drive. Especially if you got somebody with you, I may go talk to that person, but I will not tell you as you're behind the wheel on an obstacle what you need to do, because it's hard enough. God knows I was back on Potato Salad Hill back in the day when there was a million people standing around and screaming at you, and of course I broke on it. So that was a fun endeavor. 1,000 people screaming at you to do a certain thing, and all I'm trying to do is just focus on the one guy that's there to spot me, and that's it. And especially when you're going out with a group, you got to just be slow to speak, Well,
and I also think that, also as the driver, stopping what you're doing and looking at everybody and saying, don't talk. I'm listening to that guy.
Yeah.
And then just
speak up
everybody
for yourself.
else listening. I think speaking up for yourself, I think being newer in this, the big thing for me is the biggest learning lesson was talking, not just listening to everybody, but just saying, or
and
yes,
you know
no.
what? I think that's sound advice, whether or not it's on a trail or off the trail. Yeah. We've talked before about the fact that my first Jeep that I started to build up here in Colorado, I did based on a lot of bad advice. And it wasn't until I started, talking to people and telling them what I really wanted to do with my Jeep, that I started getting the Jeep that I wanted and the stuff that I wanted to do. So the same thing goes for obstacles. The same thing goes for your build. Speak up for yourself. Tell people what you want. Tell people what you don't want.
Yeah.
I think that's important. I think and respect that. I think that some people get offended when you come up and say, hey, I want this guy to spot me. And they've been spotting the obstacle the whole entire time. I think that someone could be a really great spotter. Hey,
Lunchbox is here.
But I think somebody could be a really.
The box is here.
You are there. But I think somebody could be a really great spotter, but maybe not for you. You know what I mean? That's my opinion of it. I have certain people that I love and trust, and like Aaron, the guy that was on last, a couple weeks ago. Aaron is amazing. Me and him have a connection, and I can listen to him, and he does certain things. And I've heard other people he is too sketchy for me, and I'm but he tests my boundaries, and I'm totally in for
Aaron
that.
will put us on the edge of where our tires should, on the edge
of what our comfort levels are, and some people aren't comfortable with that, and so you really need to know your spotter. I think
you have that connection with him. And
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
you're having that.
And we've done level 10 obstacles with Aaron spotting us and guiding us.
Because I trust him with my rig and things. And if something happens, we both put ourselves there, and I agreed to it. I'm not mad at him, but he's also going to test my limits on certain things. Does that make sense?
The biggest thing is if you don't have that connection with a driver, don't be the first one to get out of your vehicle, run up 3 Jeeps and go, oh, you need to be doing this or you need to be doing that. No, shut up.
Yeah.
No.
But that's the thing is don't get offended when somebody says, hey, I want that guy, not you. Like, that's not an offense. It's just a relationship that you've already pre-built with that person. You're putting yourself in a situation.
There's people we trust, and if they're available, we're going to see we're going to try to ask for them to be the one that spots us if it's something that's super sketchy. And that's just the way it is. A lot of the times we can trust a lot of people for most things. But, like, let's say Aaron's there. Let's say Chuck is out there with us.
There's certain people that we just know without a shadow of doubt. Like, I want you looking at my tires. And I also know that there's certain spotters that are going to overdrive me or not overdrive me. I like somebody to just tell me when I'm in a shitty situation. I don't want them to tell me how to drive. Does that make sense?
I think the biggest thing is check your pride. We all do this for fun.
Yeah.
It's a hobby.
We're all here to have fun.
Check your pride leave your pride at the trailhead or in your truck. But when you're out on the trail, enjoy the day, have fun. Don't be offended by crap. We're all there to make sure each other's safe, having fun.
Absolutely.
And keep your mouth shut. But then again, I don't have a problem yelling across whatever I need to yell across if you're being just stupid either. So
if you're being stupid, like
and I mean honestly, the biggest etiquette thing for me is the drinking thing. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't.
Those trails,
road disappears really fast, right? Like the road disappears.
The cliffs are closer than than they may appear.
Oh shoot! Yeah, we lost Lunchbox.
I mean, drink after. Yeah, he had something go on with his video. Yeah, drink after. Just don't drink on the trail, and that goes for passengers too. Like just don't do it. There's a whole host of reasons why. Like, it looks bad for us as a sport. It's dangerous for you. It's dangerous for your passengers. You could get a fine. You could get a ticket. You never know.
I even get fussed at by my wife because I pick up beer bottles and all that I see on a trail or anything like that. She's like, you don't want to have that in your Jeep because then they think it's yours. I'm like, we're good. They're not going to think
it's better to clean it up than it is to worry about that.
I clean it up and I throw it in my trail bag in the back, and then, like, if they were to ever ask me, then they could test me. And
the trails that are the most accessible are the ones where you're going to clean up the most stuff. Like, I clean up more trash off the Tokerville Falls and on the way to Tokerville Falls or from the people who are hanging out there than any other trail that I go to. That's
accessible.
But it's super accessible.
You go on the maze and you're not going to find
the maze, I hardly ever pick up any trash.
And you're back!
When we talk about the difference...
I had technical difficulties.
Hey, that's the theme of the evening, my friend. Yeah, that's all right.
I had to fix some axles.
Fix some axles.
Ryan, what were you saying?
My friend.
Talk about the difference between the East Coast and the West Coast. When you have that kind of free range that you can do anything you want, and you can bring anything you want. When I go to Windrock, I love going to Windrock because that little security guy, of course, he's not little normally. That big security guy at the front is looking at your cooler, checking out what you got, and I don't have to worry about Joe Schmo. Yeah. I'm sure he's got a can or two hidden somewhere. But for the most part, he's not taking a full cooler of beer out there in Windrock. And that's why I love wheeling out there, because I know they're not acting totally a fools. And if they do
Windrock is on my bucket list. I'm so jealous you live that close, but then not jealous because you're on the East Coast.
Yeah.
It's really that. Yeah.
There. Like,
have you been out there?
Go Windrock?
Me?
Oh, I thought you were saying you.
Okay, hang on a second here. We need to introduce our new person.
Let's introduce our new guest.
Hi,
please
I'm
introduce
Beatrice.
yourself.
I'm Beatrice. I have a 2013 JKU. Randy, if folk know me, I'm usually the guy that's kind of hanging in the back in case somebody breaks. And I'm the first person to jump in there and help.
Nice.
If they need help.
100%.
If they need help. If they tell me to pound sand, I'm out.
So
You're
what
like,
you
cool, I'm on vacation. You needed me,
You
maybe
know
not. Cool, I'm in, but not.
I was gonna say, so you're the mechanic guy that I need to drive in front of, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. Okay. Good.
You know, I'm usually the guy that, and I like to have a couple road sodas. We were talking about road sodas. I like to have a couple road sodas, but I like them at breaks.
Yeah.
I get that.
I don't like
And I
them.
think there's a distinct difference between seeing somebody having a couple and then being someone being smashed. Like you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Right, and there's like people who are drunk driving, literally.
Yeah.
And then there's someone who has a beer on the trail. There's a difference between that, and in certain circumstances, one is acceptable or not, right? And it's
Try to keep it in a
Randy,
koozie though, Beatrice.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I try to in a nice moose knuckle koozie. No, I try to, Pope and Randy know me. Yeah, I like to have some. I like to have some road sodas.
Yeah.
But I don't get belligerent, and I don't get stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where we want to make sure that we're all doing it safe.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as you don't mind the guy coming up and being like, "Got it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
There you go. Check
I
the price.
I carry way more water than I carry beer,
Right.
There you go. Yeah.
and I always have food for people on trail.
There you go. That's just a good thing to have.
I
in
always
general.
I have snow cones.
I know you do.
You have snow cones?
Yeah.
I don't think you've had a snow cone yet, though. Like, we're gonna have to wheel a lot more together. Though.
we
Now
bring
that we
a
know
snow
each
cone
other,
or
we're gonna be
machine?
wheeling a lot more together.
Yeah, we bring a factory with a snow cone machine on the
Yeah.
trails in the hot summer.
Snow cones are like snow cones, like what you're
I'm
thinking.
just making sure.
Yeah, no, I wheel in the desert a lot, and it gets hot. And do you know what the best thing in the world is? A snow cone on the trail.
We have the snowy snow cone machine. So
Yeah.
you're seeing the
Alright.
snowy
Sure
snow
that we're
cone
talking
shack. We
about
have the
the
same
same snow
machine. We
cones.
take it out there.
Yeah.
See-
I'm pretty
Well,
sure we're talking
it's
about.
snowy snow cones with sugar water that's like really awesome. And then at the end of the trail, like there's margarita mix on top of that. Like it's really good.
Wilford Brimley would be proud.
I mean, earlier in the podcast, you guys were talking about an OnlyFans ad, and I'm just making.
Oh
sure.
no, God!
Snow cones.
So
Dude, people
so,
would pay us not to have an OnlyFans. Like, there's no
True
way.
story though.
Facts.
I know I would
Start
get
paying
paid.
me. I'm going to make one if you don't pay me.
People would pay me to put my clothes back on. Yeah.
You know, here's the funny thing. I do have a friend in Denver that has an OnlyFans. He posted one pic, and he's been getting paid. He makes around $300 a month
I'll be right back.
for his one pic he
I'll be
posted
right back.
3
Yeah,
years
no kidding.
ago.
I'll be right back. Excuse me. No, seriously, I'll be right back.
I got a lot of hot friends. Maybe they could pose in front of our
it's
Jeep.
surprising, but it's not. So, so what do you have for us, Beatrice? What's your trail
Well, I wanna
etiquette
talk
piece?
about that. You know, when you go up to like do top of the world Moabs, there's a lot of cows.
Right.
And I have been stuck many times on that trail. Actually, 3 times I've been up there. And there's cattle trucks dropping off cows. Because it's a large
Isn't it
area.
crazy? On Sand Mountain.
You're talking
Well, no,
Moab.
I'm
Oh, in
talking about
Moab?
top of the world Moab.
Oh, I've never seen cows up there.
You know, there were cows
Just let
out
them free.
at Winter Jeep Jam. Or Winter 4x4.
There's a ton of cows up on Sand Mountain. I thought that was crazy.
When you come down the backside, oh my God, there was a lot of cows.
Yeah.
But it's not the cows. In my primarily is people when they're coming down. There's no education that we try and teach all Jeepers that, the person going up has the right of way. The person coming down needs to figure out where they're going to go so that the person going up has the right of way. When people were in Colorado and imaging, for instance, it's a shelf road. Everybody knows that Lunchbox and Beatrice doesn't like shelf roads. We hate that. Okay? I like a nice red rock where if I roll, I'm taking a nap. Let's just get this over with. All right? But when you've got
Jim
these,
feels the same way, just so you know.
when you're coming down off trail, to take when people are coming up, and you just kind of hit those right areas, and like Imogen, there's a nice path. Sorry, I'm Italian. I talk with my hands.
My wife is Italian. You're good.
There's a nice path where you can see vehicles coming up.
Yeah.
And you can kind of pick where to go. We were a
You
couple
always
weeks
come
ago.
across those little spots that if I just sit here and let them come up, I'm not going to have anything down around that traverse. That that traverse
look ahead a little bit.
Yeah, look ahead.
Yeah, and Black Bear Pass. We had you guys talked a couple weeks ago about Black Bear Pass and how maybe it was a month ago. I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about it a lot. I imagine.
I am on every single one of your. I listen in.
Thank you.
Well, I hope that you follow my podcast. But
we were talking about it earlier. I don't know if you heard about it, but we were talking about your podcast earlier.
Yeah, we were.
What is the name of your podcast?
Between Two Trails.
That's awesome.
So, well, we'll get into that in a second. So, but you're coming down off of Imogen, and you got all these people that are coming up, and they rented a vehicle, and they have no etiquette, no thought process. They just think they have the right of way because no matter what angle they're at, they have the right of way because they rented a vehicle.
Yeah.
And, I grew up in off-roading. I grew up off-roading old school Ford Broncos, Ford F-150s. And, there's etiquette that has been put out by our forefathers that comes with off-roading. And our forefathers instilled it in us. And it is our responsibility to teach them. Not yell at them because they're sensitive.
Especially
They're new. They're newer, younger generation is a lot more sensitive.
We got to give them a stress card. We got to make sure that that we didn't hurt their feelings when I told them that they're a fucking douche. Pardon my language.
If you hurt their feelings, they'll cancel you. Be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cancel.
But that's why I think that the new off-road UTV, there's so much hate for it. But in Utah, you have to take the UTV test thing. A lot of people have a lot of hate for it. It's just it literally takes you 15 to 20 minutes. It takes you 15 to 20 minutes to finish the damn thing. But it basically just gives you the guidelines that everybody talks about. And I don't know why everybody's so butthurt that you have to go get this test taken. And it just makes sure that people understand what's going on out there.
Your guest. Where are you from, sir?
I live in South Carolina.
All right. So you're in South Kakalaki, and I'm from North Kakalaki.
Hey.
And so when you go to get a hunting license and you're underage, you have to show proof that you went through a hunting test, like a gun safety exam, right?
I brought up the point that we in South Carolina, we're just now getting to the point where we have to take a boater's license. I don't know if North Carolina is the same thing.
Isn't that well? I live in Nevada, because I live in Nevada now, and I spent most of my life in Seattle, but I'm from North Kakalaki,
Okay.
and
We'll give you some.
only Kakalakis can understand the Kakalakis. So when I'm asking the question is not a vehicle, could not it be considered a deadly weapon when you're rolling down a hill?
Oh yeah.
Right, exactly. Like I
We've
think
all
that
seen
you
that.
should have to take the test.
We've all seen that one video of Engineer Pass. The guy rolling down on the backside.
No, that was Black Bear.
Or Black
Yeah.
Bear.
It was
Black
Black
Bear.
Bear. And the
And-
other crazy part about that is he was stopped to take a picture and he wasn't paying attention. So like it's like
He parked too close to the edge. I wasn't even driving. Yep.
The dog did survive. Actually, everybody survived.
Everybody
but,
survived. Yeah.
It's still one of those things. Like but it's our responsibility as wheelers to try and teach the younger people. We just don't have the way to talk to them and teach them because they've been sheltered their whole life and they go out and
Well, they have
rent
different ways that they interact with each other too. They don't. I feel like the sense of off-roading that I kind of got when I originally started here in Colorado has kind of fallen to the wayside.
Yeah.
There is still some of that group that goes on out here, but there's a lot of folks out there that are just doing, they go out there by themselves and they do their thing.
Well, a month ago, you talked about like Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse every spring they
It's too much background.
what is it, the Denver 4x4 Club or the Denver Jeep Club? They set up classes and they don't let anybody in their club unless they've done this class.
Right.
And they provide, I think it's
The
like
Colorado
100
4x4 girls. Yep.
No, the
well, and then you have
Okay.
Alexa crap, what's her name?
Alyssa.
Alyssa.
Yeah, listen.
Sorry, I totally blanked for
you got
just
me
a
with the
second.
A,
I
yep.
probably
Mhm.
had too much alcohol already. Alyssa, she said that like some of the rides she goes on. What?
I was enjoying the commercial of all the oars that you were making a minute
I know,
ago.
I'm like making a cocktail, but Alyssa talked about how one of the rides she went on, they like make them send a video of them changing a tire. I thought that was rad. Like, so that they knew that they at least knew how to change their tire if they were on the trail. What was that?
And they had all the equipment to do so.
No, it was with
No,
Alyssa.
Alyssa's
She's
one of Alyssa's groups. Yeah.
in Arizona. She's a Hold My Coffee JKU, I think.
Oh, I
Hold
know.
my coffee,
Oh, yeah.
easy.
Oh,
AZ.
you're talking about that, Alyssa. I know
Yeah.
like 4 Alyssas.
Yeah, there's a lot of
And-
Alyssas for some reason in
Not
off-roading.
Alyssa, not Alyssa Lutz that drives the blue Jeep.
Alyssa at Hold My Coffee, amazing friend, actually.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
We're really good. Like Kate, my wife and I are really good friends with her. She's an amazing wheeler, and an amazing person on top of it. And that is awesome to change a tire.
Yeah, well, but
Especially when
I think that's cool because it shows that you have the gear to do it. And if you don't know how to do it, then you have to go watch a video or something and figure it out so that you can go on that run. And it just like, but I think like just as much as going on the run that like she was saying, like you should have like a little bit of knowledge before you go out on some of
Basic
these trails.
skills.
And
Yeah,
it's-
Basic skills.
And isn't that the biggest etiquette thing too? Because if I just show up and I was like, "Oh, you guys all save me when everything hits the fan," that's not considerate to everybody else's trip and enjoyment, so forth. Because if you don't you didn't bring a spare tire, a lug nut, I don't know what an axle.
I don't carry a spare tire.
Well, see, you would be the guy who would be saving if you blew one, and I'd be like,
Not
what do
really.
need?
I got glue threads. I got power tank. I got.
Right.
Yeah, right. But
I mean-
what you need to be able to do is go to the trail and have some legitimate packing to save yourself. Because
Yeah,
everybody's
but
not
I
there to
carry a
save you.
spare tire
Right.
on my trailer.
Right.
Right.
I carry a spare tire on my trailer.
And really, that's
And-
what it is. So if I'm a newbie wheeler, I don't want to just be like, oh, I'm gonna just take my Jeep and just show up. No, you need to have the etiquette is that you show up, have some of your own tools. Yes, everybody else is gonna have tools for you. Have some spare parts that you may need that we all know we break. Have those stuff on you so that if and when you do break, we can just walk up and assist you without having to do it for you.
Have a 10
But then there's
millimeter
also
socket.
places. What was that?
Oh, sorry, Randy. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of places to come as a newbie, like going on club trail runs and things like that, to figure out what you have. Like, I don't want to discourage anybody to think that they need to.
If you're new, go
have
find yourself
all
a
these
club.
things because, like, you'll buy so much shit you don't need. If like people try to tell you what to get, like go on club runs, things like that, but don't go out by yourself.
No.
And not have those certain things. Does that make sense?
Never go out by yourself. Ever.
Right, no, well, never. Well, I mean, JD likes to.
You'll
he knows
never
what he's
convince
doing
me
when
of
he's
that,
going-
Beatrice. I go out by myself all the time.
But he's not
I'm
going
a
out
firm
on
believer
rock
that if
crawling,
you
like
right,
sand
I'm a firm
mountain
believer
trails.
that if you go out into the backcountry prepared, as well as with some emergency equipment like satellite and things like that, then
I will agree with
it's
you on
relatively safe.
that. I will
Yeah, I
agree with
agree
you
with
on
you.
that.
But he's also
when-
experienced and knows what
Right,
to take in those scenarios. If you
I'm not
don't
going to
understand
Sand
that,
Hollow, right? I'm not going to Sand Hollow and trying the Fallen by myself. Like I'm not
Sand
doing
Hollow
that
is
kind of
not
stupid
that
shit.
hard.
But you
It's
know what I
really
mean,
not
right?
that-
Yeah.
It's really not. It's Sand Hollow. No matter what, you're always going to have a side by side that's going to come roll up next to you.
and you have cell phone service everywhere you go.
And
Everywhere you
usually
go.
you're
It's-
less than a mile walk in a straight line to the lake.
Just follow the water.
But honestly, from where you are on the front range, yes, you can go get yourself in trouble real quick. If you
Oh,
don't
it's very
Absolutely.
easy to do so. Yeah,
you
and
find yourself in a canyon that is off
Just
the
be
grid
be smart.
and you can be in trouble. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, do it smart. Do it smart. If you're gonna do it, do
You
it
know,
smart.
I-
But yeah,
I think your
anything
advice is to
obstacle
go join a
related,
club.
yeah.
Your advice to go join a club, if you're newbie, go wheel with somebody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think go find some friends.
Always.
And that's how you can find friends that can teach you what you need to know later.
If you're
Yeah, and then you can find out if you like we have. I don't know if your states are like this, but we almost have a couple different levels of Jeep clubs here. We have like the Jeep club that caters to everybody who's brand new. We have a Jeep club that caters to people who like to travel and go see cool things around the area. We got the Jeep clubs that cater to the rock crawlers like we are. And then there's some.
Welcome to Utah. We have all the clubs you can need.
Yeah, and then there's women-only clubs, and there's women-only rock crawling clubs, and it's like, you get everybody.
You got the drama club. You got the.
We may not have all those clubs, but unfortunately, I'm with a small group that every time we're like, "Hey, let's go four-wheeling," nobody shows up because they all think we're just like this. Been doing it so long that we're just all extremists, and we're not.
Follow me on
Come hang out
Instagram.
with us.
I'll hook you up with a guy when you're ready to go to Windrock.
Let's go.
Like in Colorado, because my wife and I, everybody knows that my wife and I moved from Colorado to Nevada. Just because
we don't understand why.
I don't.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
I wanted to be closer to Sand Hollow.
Well, we're moving
okay.
to St. George at some point.
Oh, I know.
Where in Colorado did you move from?
Denver.
Oh yeah, you should.
Okay, yeah. I mean that tracks. Yeah. I want to live in Denver.
It reeks of weed and it's just a.
Kansas? You lived in Kansas?
It's a
Is where you
terrible
live?
smell.
I don't like Denver either.
So
Okay.
No Gusta.
All right, now we're just
Sarcastic.
shitting on Denver. Calm down, people.
No,
All right.
I like Castle Rock. I like Montrose. I like.
That's
Yellow,
on the
Yellow.
other side of the
I
continent, first of all.
Kate and I lived in Denver for 7 years. We loved it. We loved it.
Centennial's a
until
nice
last year.
suburb out of
Until the
Denver. I like
last
that.
year.
What happened to you last
was
year here?
Our last year, we moved to what? We've only been in Nevada for 6 months.
Okay. Was it
our
something
last
I
year-
said?
No, Oh, you did nothing.
No, it was Rubistina.
Oh.
Rubistina ran him out.
Wow. Thanks for calling me out, Poe. No, it was we just got tired of we never intended on it being our forever home.
Okay.
Me being from Seattle and my wife being from Minnesota, it was never gonna be our forever home. It was our go between.
Okay.
How does your wife say house?
Who's?
Who's?
Close to that Canadian border, eh?
Hear it? Here,
Here, let me hear it.
I'll bring her right here.
Bring her right here and say how.
Have her tell us about your
She
house.
is your only
House.
Instagram live follower right now.
Oh.
What?
We have
Here,
3.
tell-
We have one more that's not her.
All right, there's the who's.
There's the.
Say house.
The question is how does she say roundabout?
Oh, there you go. Oh, say it again.
Say
That
house.
was awesome.
Say
I want to
house.
hear roundabout again.
Roundabout.
Just a house.
Say roundabout.
Big.
No,
My shop.
roundabout. What's a roundabout?
Well, it's a roundabout, but a roundabout.
She's trained herself to take it out of it. Yeah, I hear. She's trained herself to
been
take
getting
it
the Las
out.
Vegas accent down.
Uh-huh.
She's getting that. Yeah, she's getting that Vegas accent.
I gotta watch some Fargo, and then I'll be ready to talk to you.
Oh yeah. She went back to Minnesota last week, and she came home with an accent again.
I'm the
it's
same
okay.
way.
Yeah.
House for different names. I think it is house.
Pancake.
Oh, my cousins and uncle are from Duluth, and they have thick accents. It's a house. They talk about their house.
My cousins are Central Minnesota, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Dad and I were gonna take the vehicles out in the boat to the dock to go fishing." And I'm like, "Okay."
I love it.
That's awesome.
Are you guys going to be at EJS?
We will.
Okay,
if
cool.
I can get all my parts show up on Thursday.
Okay, cool.
So
Allegedly.
no, I have tracking numbers.
Okay.
So the
Okay,
only
Brister,
day
I
that
got
we
tracking
have
numbers I
anything
believe
to
in.
do
Okay.
is on Wednesday, and then the rest of the time we have literally left ourselves to be garbage bags blowing in the wind. So contact us.
Yeah.
So-
we're not going to have scheduled trails, so we're open.
We have no scheduled trails. We are just like blowing through the wind. So let us know, and we need
Okay.
to play.
Jump on my podcast next week. We're gonna have Dan and Mike from RevKit, and we're gonna be announcing. We're gonna
Love
be
them.
announcing the trail ride, the night ride on Pritchett.
What night though? What night though? Like what night though?
Please take
I
me.
know what night.
Hey,
I
you
know
guys
what
will-
night.
Okay, well we'll
I'm
discuss
not
this
allowed to
like in a
announce it
private
yet.
conversation
Hey, you guys
Yes,
will-
because
you
we're
realize,
doing
guys, we're
Pritchett
doing
on.
platform.
It is
Well, I
already.
have like okay. We'll discuss. We'll
Okay.
discuss.
Yeah,
We
you
just
coming
need to
to
hang
Pritchett?
out
Are
though
you coming to
at
EJS?
EJS, huh?
JD,
What?
are you coming to EJS?
I wasn't, but my
Just
Jeep is
come!
fixed. I know, and
Just
I.
come
Wait, hold
Enjoy.
on, hold on. Hold on, we're gonna. I'm a licensed therapist, JD. We're gonna have a therapy session.
Are you coming? Ryan, are you coming to EJS?
No.
No, he's not, but I think he's gonna try to talk me into it.
And a full-time job, and no, it's not gonna happen in my life.
In your life?
Because
Ever?
I can't go again. No, I mean
You will never go to Moab.
He's got a
Oh
2-year-old.
no. Look, I went to Moab in the late '90s and early 2000s when it was the greatest it's ever been. So
Yeah.
Oh, when you can wheel it
for
on
me to go back
33s.
is like, so. But JD,
I feel
the
it,
fact
okay.
that I can't go and you can go, your ass needs to go. There's your therapy.
Ah, son of a bitch. All right.
Well,
yeah.
I'm 5 hours away.
I know. I'm not that far.
And Pope
It's-
and Randy, they're even further, and you can't make
I
it.
know.
JD, y'all
I know.
We're not that
And I know
much farther.
people that
We're
are
only
gonna
3.5
be
hours
there.
away.
It's not just you
Oh,
guys. Like
okay.
I know Ariana and Trails Off Road's going to be
Yeah.
there. Like there's
Is
going to be
it-
a whole
is it-
situation.
do you need a place to stay?
No,
JD,
no. It's
Just
just
come. come. Like,
All right,
my God.
all right.
you
Strong
just
armed
can
me.
make that happen.
I'll figure it out. Yes,
I'll
I'll
feed
figure
you.
it out. Okay, all right.
Oh,
I've
I've
agreed to
met
this
Lunchbox's
live on the air.
wife.
I eat
Congratulations.
60
I know,
ounce
what's your
steaks every
name?
night.
What'd you say?
What's your name? What's Lunchbox name? Like, what's
It's Lunchbox.
wife's name? I know, but what's...
Oh,
Like,
Randy, you met
what's your
Kate.
government name?
My government name is Kate.
Is Kate.
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 Okay, Kate. All right, perfect.
Like we're staying at the KOA. We have a tiny house at the KOA.
Okay.
Everybody's always welcome for dinner.
We're gonna discuss outside of this podcast,
Yeah, we'll
like
discuss
our
outside of
situation,
here.
because
Yeah.
we have a lot of
Like, you don't want to invite like the 3 or 4 people who listen to our podcast to join.
Well, there's
you.
only one person left watching, so we only have one live person.
Right.
So,
Isn't it?
and I
isn't
think it's
it
Kate.
Lunchbox's wife?
So yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure
think
it's Kate.
that's actually
And
Kate.
And me.
I mean, okay. Well, I don't know how. Okay, so that's our 2 viewers. Well, congratulations, guys. That's all we got left.
I know, but then you're gonna post the podcast.
If you
but
don't
we'll
watch
discuss.
yourself,
We'll
we will.
discuss our EJS
We should
plans.
discuss this offline.
We
Yeah.
just have no plans. So let us know your plans, and we'll
So
figure out.
Thursday I'm running behind the rocks. It's gonna
Okay.
be my appreciation run to all of my followers.
All right, cool. All right, and we should wrap up, guys. Here we're
Okay,
coming up
cool.
on 2 hours.
Yeah, we're coming up on the 2 hour mark. That's a lot for
So
us.
real quick, Beatrice, one more time. What's the name of your new podcast?
Between Two Trails. It's a former overlander turned rock crawler, and
Okay.
a former rock crawler turned overlander.
Awesome. Do you have any episodes out now, or are you guys still working on
Our
that?
first episode is going to drop in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now,
Okay.
on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
it's with an overlander who has he has a 2500 Ram Power Wagon with a Project M Happy Camper on the back. We've been practicing doing lives so that we can get the banter back and forth. You know, it takes practice.
Oh, see, we just went into it. We just said fuck it, and you can see it. You can see it in the product if we're being honest
product.
about it.
I mean, I've watched it every week.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Like, I know we have some people out there that enjoy it, and I wouldn't keep doing it if I didn't think that there were people out there who enjoyed it. So
Well, even
thank
if,
you.
like, 6 people like it, that's all I need.
You're the one that got me.
Me?
Sorry, Pope.
Why? I have.
Pope's not the one that got you.
What?
Just kidding.
I feel like I was supposed.
Afterwards, Pope and I go live too.
Yeah, we
All
do
right.
go live. It's the after show.
I feel like
It's the
I came into
after
a
show.
really weird,
Really?
like, love triangle.
I feel a little bit like a key party situation going on here, and I'm uncomfortable. Yeah.
Let's forget about your actual guest.
Awesome.
No, I mean I'm just a dude that was not. You know, it was recommended to me that I start a podcast.
I mean,
and
that's
the
kind of
only
where I'm
last-
at in life.
I mean, everybody our age is starting them.
Well,
you know,
I think there's a part where you're just kind of like, there are some of us that we like to talk, and then so this is a natural extension of that, and it gives me an opportunity to say shit that I probably shouldn't say in public, but here we are recording it and putting it out there for people to record and bring back to me later.
I just try to crack people up, say stupid shit. It's my favorite.
I try to
that's
keep
why
him quiet.
Pope and I go. That's why we all go live after the show.
Nice.
And that's a giant shit show.
There you go. That's
You
that's
think
awesome.
This is a shit show,
You think
JD?
this is a shit show? We're drunker later.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a whole nother.
Um,
You know what we
And
should
then
do?
Moose.
We should
Nice.
turn that into like an after hours thing for our like for a Patreon or something like that. Like if you really
Oh,
want to
good
see
idea.
shit get crazy, like yeah. Yeah, I'm game for that. We could do that. We have plenty of hours left to record with that per month. We could do that.
We can talk about that.
But
all
JD
weekend. Oh, never mind.
No,
Yeah,
how does JD keep
it on, keep
scrolling
it on.
back? Like he
He has
keeps
like some
changing-
weird thing, and he like flips it around.
He's got
I'm
OBS with multiple scenes.
I'm using OBS and I have 2 cameras here. So yeah,
It's almost
hit me up.
It's almost OCD.
It is.
Yeah.
It's this entire setup in this whole office is all OCD. It's a test. It's a monument to ADHD, and I'm constantly adding to it. So yeah, hit me up. I'll help you out with all the fun stuff.
But let me make sure. Make sure you follow JD. Me and my yellow Jeep.
Thank you very much. My
Me
yellow
and my
Jeep.
yellow JK. It's all underscores for the spaces. And you know what? You created a platform for everybody to learn, and just in the Jeep community. I mean, in the Jeep community and in the off-road community, and I want to thank you for that. And you
Thanks, man. I
created
appreciate
so
that.
that you created so that anybody, well, maybe not kids, but
Well, at least not on
I
paper.
would say
we're
this
all
is
we're
not
all
for
children,
kids.
but yeah. We all have
You know-
adult licenses.
I'm
we're-
slightly 12.
We're Generation X. We fucking swear a lot. You don't want your kids
Yeah.
listening to us.
Yeah.
I had a drill sergeant once tell me way back in the day, and I'm retired Army, and I had a drill sergeant tell me that you just stopped maturing right now.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
God-
fuck's
thank
my
God-
favorite word, so I'm not really that
Well,
mature
it's
anyway.
a noun. It's a noun. It's an adjective.
It's all
a
the
verb.
things.
It's all the
it-
things.
It
yeah.
works
Like-
for any situation.
Yeah. My parents don't get to hear my true sense of humor because when I'm around them, I'm censored. They don't ever hear the F-bomb. But
There you
know,
go.
you
So are you
guys get
telling
the
them to
real
listen to
Pope
the
here.
show? Okay, yeah. You're not,
No,
you're,
my mom,
so you're not
my
telling
mom
them.
would never listen to this show.
She doesn't even follow our Instagram because she thinks we're gonna die. So it's okay.
Okay, I mean that's to be fair.
like
That's
I'm
that's
gonna
a mom
post
thing,
when I
yeah.
die on my Instagram.
It's already
No,
happened
Randy
and we
might.
got up and it's fine now.
I'm gonna
I
get
won't
more.
die
Actually,
on
that'll get a lot of
Instagram.
views though.
But
Huh?
at least you know what? We're gonna get a lot of views.
Yeah,
I
that's
was gonna say-
that's almost
Randy
guaranteed
could
viral. Yeah. hmm
Might even get a couple sponsors out of it, even after you're dead.
Right. There you go.
You never know. It's a
Maybe
really
Jeff
weird
will
world
hook
out
me
there.
up after we're dead.
Hey,
It's gonna take you
always say
dying.
that, like, you always say that like your wife's better than you. So if you just die off, and she gets more views and more posts and more everything else. So.
She's just gonna have
If
3
he
Gs.
dies, I get rich. Like I'm
Yeah,
so
like,
stoked
he's-
about the idea. I'm
Like,
totally
he could-
kidding. I'm totally kidding. He's my
He could
PFF.
completely
I'm
tank
totally
an entire
kidding.
Jeep and I think Randy would still come out on top. Yeah.
Dude, I could sell Misfits for so much.
Well, currently you can't.
No, currently,
no.
but it's already prepaid for the engine. So when they ship it back to me, I could charge him a lot.
There it is. There you go. All
I'm
right.
totally kidding. This is
I
my
know you
person, and I would be sad, and I would cry a lot. But then I'd get over it and sell Misfit, and then like sell my house. Just kidding.
You got to life moves on. You got to do what you got to do, Randy.
I'm kidding.
And then
You're
you can just have your
ridiculous.
third person that you had come in to finish all the things you need. Just slide into that position.
There you go.
There
I
you
can
go.
see the new YouTube channel, Gypsy Randy.
Just Randy.
No, I actually like the only reason our Instagram works is because he cares. Like I would have given up a long time ago. Like that would have never happened.
There you
So
go. All right.
yeah.
Well, we should
I'm
get out
just
of here,
kidding.
guys.
I want to keep you. I don't want you to think I don't want
Wait
to.
till Misfit hears what you said.
I
Well, we
will
wanna
not.
keep you
Like
both.
my
Yeah,
heart
if-
broke when I saw Misfit last time.
Come on
Oh,
over,
well,
Pope. We'll take you in.
Well, I'll see you in 10 minutes.
And he'll have a lot to say about me. I obviously drink way too much. I'm sorry, everyone.
Randy, I will
Wait,
see you
where
in
do
10
we-
minutes
if
as
I'm
well.
staying-
I'm actually kind of proud of myself tonight. You guys are a bad influence on me.
Hey,
Yeah.
if I'm staying up on the East Coast past midnight, then where's this after after hours party?
On Instagram.
On
It's
Beatrice
on
JKU.
Instagram Live.
Yeah,
On Instagram
Beatrice
Live.
JK.
I mean, if you're gonna keep me up past midnight and give me drinks, I mean, we need to. We need to
Hey,
go
brother.
and-
As long as you're not driving, we're here for you.
Oh no, I'm here.
That's my favorite part of drinking at home is I don't have to worry about how I'm getting home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
see, and
Go
no,
ahead.
and see that now you guys. All I want to do now is not have these on Friday nights because I gotta go. I'm going on the trail tomorrow. I can't stay out late.
No,
See,
I have to get some sleep.
Yeah, maybe
Like,
so.
why
my
do you?
podcast
You're in
we're-
our hobby of
Bad
early
idea.
people.
so my podcast we're filming on Thursday mornings. So
Okay.
that there's no alcohol involved.
Oh,
Then
Oh.
we're gonna go, and then we're gonna go on Friday. But JD, you and I will talk offline. I want to schedule it so that my after hours thing meets up with your guys', and then I go into a whole other after hours.
That would be
Oh, that might be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
We're
talk
gonna
about
have
that.
a
I like
double
that. Mhm.
dose.
I like that. I wouldn't. We could do. Maybe we could figure something out combined. Cool. Yeah, let's figure it out,
I
man.
think we do a
Collab.
test for tonight. Let's go.
What'd you say?
So you want to join the
Let's
live
go.
in 10 minutes? You want to join the live in 8 minutes?
He's ready. He's had a
Ryan
couple
is ready
cocktails.
to go, man. All right,
Follow,
cool.
follow Beatrice and follow Beatrice JKU, and I will be live in 7 minutes and 38 seconds.
There you go.
We'll
The
probably be
Trailhead
joining
and
I
Between
gotta
Two
get
Trails
Pope time
after
to
show
pee.
will be on in 10 minutes. There you go.
Man, I'm third
I
gear.
gotta give
four-
Pope time to pee.
I have to pee too.
Hey,
That's what I did a minute ago when I suddenly said I had to go. Yeah,
At
yeah.
point in time, I'm third
don't
gear
forget
four
about
low,
you.
so I can hit just about anything.
All right, guys, let's get out of here.
All right.
It's midnight.
All right,
Guys, we'll go
guys.
to-
Thank
right.
you so much,
Shot.
JD.
Yep,
Enjoy it.
everybody.
Thank you guys.
Last
Thank you
drink.
guys for
Party
having us.
shot.
Parting shot.
And
Hold
make
on.
sure you enjoy the bags.
Got it. All right.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Hit us up if you need any information. You can catch us at thetrailheadnetwork.com. Leave us a voicemail message at 719-408-0132. And apparently tonight, catch the after show on Beatrice JKU's Instagram. And yeah, man, we'll talk some more. Cool. Thanks, guys. Have a great
Love
night.
that, guys.
Bye. We'll
Awesome.
see you soon.
Thank you guys.
See you next time at the Trailhead. Did we really just get that cat